Again, this just records my voice in the writing, so. An angle has three distinct parts, an interior, an exterior, and the angle itself. Which points do you think would be on the interior of this angle? Anything? Take a look.
Everything.
What do you think? Interior. Let's say, here's my angle. If I would close the angle, it eats.
What do you mean close? Then it would be more green.
What do you think?
C and B.
C and B.
What about A and B?
That's the angle itself.
Okay.
So,
So,
if it were to close, it would pass A and B as well.
here. Okay, that's on the angle.
You should pop your head in.
Does that not count at all?
Okay, what about the exterior of the angle? F and G,
The angle itself, D, A, and E.
D, A, and E. Oops.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
What's an exterior?
The outside.
the outside. Yeah, inside and
I
outside.
just feel like
Come
it's a
say
lot.
hi
We're learning all
at the
these
game.
things, and then we have this case test on it tomorrow. It's a lot.
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
Class is gonna be so
I'll talk
much
to your
quieter.
father.
Okay. All right, protractor.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
Why did you write like the angle itself is like D, comma A? Like, isn't
I just put the points. I just put the points itself.
Are we gonna be using a protractor?
You know what? I'm just going to have you guys estimate the angles. Okay, so let's just talk about if it went all the way around, this goes to 180 degrees, right? If we went halfway, you see how there's a 90 at the top,
Yeah.
right? In between here, this would be
So
45.
if the one in the box is probably like 70 degrees.
So here, 70 degrees. So we're just going to approximate for this so we don't have to really worry. So I'm going to say we're going to just estimate.
There's only
Wait, when you
one.
say estimate, wait, so like, what if it's like a,
Oh, yeah, there's only one of these.
so like, what if it's like a really weird number and then we get it like one off?
That's okay. I'm not worried about it. Just a range.
Like,
So,
within like
Do you think this
40
is
degree range?
bigger than 90 or less than 90?
Less.
Less than 90. Just throw out a number.
70.
70.
No, it's not 70. Whatever.
Whatever.
Like 45.
No, wait, that's 45.
Like 60.
That's bigger than that.
It's like 75.
What's in between 90
No,
and
I think
180?
it's like 60.
It's
So it's an acute like angle. 65.
What's in between 90 and 180? Like the halfway mark.
between 90 and
Yeah,
180.
like the 45, but I'm
135. Okay. Classifying angles. So,
What should we do for this B part, right?
just cross it off. I didn't have another example. Okay, if we have a right angle, you'll see a little m. That stands for the measure. So it's saying, how many degrees is it? So I hope we all know right angle has a 90-degree angle. Sound good?
Do we have to make a card for definition of right angle?
You don't need to, but if you don't know it, I would.
I'm to do it anyway, but I.
Okay.
So what's a right? Like, sorry.
And right angle is an
Like
angle.
a 90 degree.
Yeah, do you see how you have the little box here that shows that it's a right angle? How about acute angle? That's an angle that is less than 90, right? It's acute.
Should that be its own flashcard? Do you think?
That's up to you. If you want
Can I
to,
make it all one?
sure.
Can I just write like the different types of things?
Okay, and then what if it's between 90 and 180? We call that obtuse. Okay, so right is 90, less than 90 is acute, bigger than 90 is obtuse. Okay, we just kind of went over this, so I just have it written here also. Notice I put the smiley face here. If you can't remember the acute and obtuse, you can make note cards. You can always make more. This is up to you how you want to study.
Sorry, an acute angle is less.
It's all in your notes packet. Okay, so let's look at this page. We want to measure each angle and classify it as right, acute, or obtuse. Okay, so it's helpful to draw, to kind of trace over it. Let's see, K, J, N. Oh. So there, I traced it. What do you think? That's definitely obtuse. And any idea about how much you think it is?
Maybe 120.
120?
Like 160.
160? So those are fine, as long as you make sure that it's bigger than 90, right? And it looks like it's kind of closer to that line. So,
Yeah, that's like one.
yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna erase this. I'm gonna do P, J, N.
Wait, where are you right now?
I'm on page 15.
Oh, wait, did I miss this page? No, that's just 14.
Those were just definitions. That's what, when you were asking about the flashcards, I was. Okay, what do you think?
Like 30.
I think I'm gonna fail this quiz.
About 30 degrees? Is it a right angle, an acute, or obtuse? Okay, measure of angle.
Wait, I have a question. Like, every time you write an angle, like, no matter what number it is, you have to put the little thing on top.
That's what the little.
The degree, I'm actually not that picky about it, because if you put an M in front, it automatically, the M means measure.
But I have to do one or the other. Because, like, if I don't do either.
No,
then it's
I
like,
just to make sure you put the M in front, and then
wait, but you didn't. Wait.
I put the M's in here.
Oh, there.
They're all in here.
No, I'm saying when you wrote like 30 or 160, then.
Okay, LJN, what do you
It's like
think?
85.
Right angle.
That's like
Wait,
So,
it's a right angle.
you think it's a right angle, or is it a little less?
it's definitely
It's right.
I thought
I
it
think-
was a right angle because of the box.
Oh, the box is here.
Oh.
So, I would say it actually looks a little less than 90, but
we get points off of that.
that's okay. I'm not gonna, yeah, so I'm gonna say this one's acute again.
Can you make like a within
That's like
10
That's-
5?
Wait,
Wait,
if I
I
said
thought-
right on
wait.
that, would I be okay?
Wait, Miss
wait,
Fisher,
isn't
if
that-
I said that's
wait.
115, would I get points off?
115, that looks a little off. That, I mean, if you put right angle, that's okay, but I don't think it looks
Oh, wait.
obtuse.
I have another question. Wait, so when you're like.
Well, like you
writing-
wouldn't put something this small.
When you're
like
writing-
this.
When you're writing which angle it is, like what it's pointing to, like, because there's two sides to an angle.
Right, so I'm just tracing, I'm going from L to J to M. That's the angle. So I'm trying to focus on just that angle. How many degrees?
Wait, but then wait, you said that L is
Is it acute?
no, but for M, yeah, but for like.
Okay, let's come back to it. If it, how many degrees do you think that is? Like 20. Again, I'm not going to be real picky about that. All right. Okay, we talked
You're
to,
not gonna be real picky, but you can be real picky.
not on those.
That's all.
Okay, we talked about congruent segments. Those were segments that have the same measure. Well, congruent angles are just angles that have the same measure. Okay? So you see here,
Wait, do I have to write that?
right, what?
Um,
I mean, this is a specific definition. Congruent angles are just angles that have the same measure. Now, notice how I wrote it here. The little m in front says the measures are equal. This means that they have the same degree. Therefore, the actual angles are congruent. I know it looks like such a subtle difference, and we'll talk about it more. I don't have anything like that you would have to worry about on the quiz tomorrow.
So wait, this stuff that we're doing today, we're just not gonna do.
Well, no, you'll still have congruent angles, but you don't have to worry about all the symbols, this stuff. You need to recognize what congruent means, right? So if I say two angles are congruent, then what can you say about their angle measures? You could say they're equal, they're exactly the same.
Wait, sorry. So angle measure. Wait, congruent. Okay.
These cases, do you know if you're allowed to just walk off campus like when school's over, or do they not let you walk?
You're
off?
allowed to leave.
Yeah,
You can just go.
you can walk.
Oh, well, because last time they got really upset. They didn't like that.
You just can't walk and have like your parents pick you up down the street. They don't let that.
Like you can't just jump into a car.
Right, you
They
can't
don't-
jump into
like,
a
can I
car.
walk to Starbucks and my parents
Yes,
meet me there for
That's
me?
fine. That's allowed.
Great.
Okay,
we have 1.5 today or
no, just okay. An
Do we
angle
have
bisector.
Tuesdays in a day?
Sometimes. So when we have an angle that's divided into two congruent angles, that's an angle bisector. Okay, so you see here PQ is an angle bisector. So that cuts it into two equal or congruent angles. Can you tell me what two angles would be congruent? What do you think?
RPS.
RPS is one, or RPQ, excuse me.
Wait, what?
Because look, it's RPQ.
And then RPS.
Oh, and then you can do RPS too.
How about
Oh,
QPS?
QPS also.
Do you see that? So these two angles,
And the equal squiggly line things means congruent.
that means the symbol right here means congruent.
Yep.
So when you have an angle bisector, right? You know what it means to dissect, to take apart. Bisect just means two parts.
So angle
Okay.
bisector means the angle split into two parts.
Mm-hmm.
But there.
What is the equal sign with the squiggly means congruent?
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then the opposite is also true. Okay.
Stacy, can I use the bathroom?
Yeah. Okay, let's do some examples. Let me see how much. Oh, we just have these left. Okay, we can do this. Okay. All right, yx and yz are opposite rays. What does that mean? It just makes a line. And then yu bisects angle zyw. So you see z or yu
What
right
does
here.
PQ mean again?
That's just the ray. Okay, do you see this here? This one is cutting in half this angle. So what two angles are going to be congruent based on
Z
it?
and W.
Right here, ZYU and UYW. Do you see that?
Yeah.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put we put a little arc to show those are congruent. Okay, next one. What else do we know? We know YT. Here's YT.
So it's XYT and TYW.
Yeah, so YT bisects XYW. So what two angles are congruent now?
XTY and
YW.
XYT and
W.
WYT, or we could also just call it angle 1 and angle 2. So I'm going to put,
On the test, can we just call it angles 1 and 2 when you ask?
Yeah.
if they're- Okay.
it's much easier. Okay, let's take a look at this information. Angle 1 is 5x plus 10, and measure of angle 2 equals 8x minus 23.
So it's 5x
So what do you think? If they're congruent,
equals what?
if this one is 5x plus 10,
Oh, so
That
it's
one's-
5x plus 10 equals 8x minus.
Good.
3.
remember those markings mean that they're equal to each other. So let's go ahead and make them equal.
Which markings?
The green. Okay, so I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides. I can also add 23.
we're trying to find the middle line.
Is it 11?
Well, we're trying to find measure of angle 2, so let's go ahead and just solve.
Oh.
Right, divide by 3, and yes, we do get 11.
Do we wait? How do I know which one to plug it into?
So which one is it asking for?
Oh,
Measure of
yeah.
angle 2.
Yeah.
Angle 2 is
So you
11.
see that?
Yeah.
So measure of angle 2 is 8x minus 23. So 8 times 11 minus 23. Yeah, 88 minus 23 is
65.
65?
Yeah.
Bless you. 65, do we agree?
Mm.
Do we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
30. Wait, I'm so behind. Wait,
How
why is it
long does your
33
homework
over?
take each night, Miss Casey?
I'm sorry, what?
How long do you expect us to spend on homework?
I would say anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour at most.
It took me
should be
2
Yesterday I
hours
spent
yesterday.
like yesterday it took me the whole bus ride, which was like an hour and a half.
Okay,
It's gonna be like, yeah, an hour-ish.
an hour?
An hour and a half.
An hour.
Okay, if it's taking you more than an hour,
Like, what's the
Chem
max?
talk.
Oh, wait, I
What's
forgot
the
the
max
degree sign.
teacher can give you? Like,
there is none.
Okay, but like,
But
so if we're a
they
really
can't-
bad class, you
We
can do
usually
this.
only have 3 homework assignments a week, and even if they're taking you an hour to complete,
What
that's
if-
3 hours of homework.
but they're
That's a lot of work.
Not for a math class.
Okay, considering at
Okay.
my old school, I had 10 minutes of homework for all my classes.
Well, this will be different. Okay.
What school was that?
Crossfit.
Okay.
Isn't Rochester supposed to be a
W-
good school?
It's a horrible
YZ.
school.
Okay, guys. WYZ. This whole thing is 82 degrees. But if these two parts are equal, and the whole thing's 82, what are each of these gonna have to be? If ZYW is 82, what's half of that?
Half of 82.
Yeah. 41.
Is the test gonna be this hard?
You'll see on the
Is there gonna be a question like this on the test?
Hey, no, it's 41. Oh.
Wait,
each
can I
one.
just,
Each one is 41, right? If the whole
Okay.
thing is 82,
wait, I just have a
each
question.
of these is 41.
So wait, for B, would we have to do like 4R plus 25 equals 4R plus 25?
Let's think about it. ZYU is 4R plus 25,
Yeah, which is 41 degrees.
which is 41 degrees.
Yeah.
So what do I want to make 4R plus 25 equal to?
41.
41. Do you see how the angle measure we were
Yeah.
able to find? So I'm going to put 4R plus 25. Does that make, let me just pause there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
This whole thing was 82 degrees, but this was cut in half. So I know this has to be 41 and this has to be 41. And if just that angle is 4R plus 25, we set that equal to 41.
So 4R equals 16.
So
R
4
equals 4.
are good.
Are
So
we just trying to find one side of the, like, half
Yeah.
of it?
just half of it.
And that's all we have to do.
And that's all we have to do for this one.
That's what I'm gonna mess up on.
Okay, the last one here. And then I can answer questions and I'll give you the practice quiz.
Can we like avoid homework tonight?
Do we have to do the practice quiz?
The practice quiz is your study guide. We're going to spend the first part of class going over it. I would encourage you, if you have time, to do some of it.
Wait, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, I
On
only have
B-
like 5 minutes a night to sleep, so I prefer to like sleep.
Okay, anyways. On D. Okay, so basically, could you like, so since like angle ZYU is literally just like half of like, of the other, can you just do like 82 divided by 2 and done? Like, what was the point of doing all the
what am I
math?
trying to find?
Oh, fine.
I'm trying to find that variable.
But couldn't you like do 82 divided by?
We did 82 divided by 2, and that's what we made the 4R plus 25 equal
Wait,
to.
wait, what was?
Wait, can we do C?
Yeah, we're going to get to C.
I
And
tried,
then
we
I'll,
tried
C
by
is
ourselves.
so weird. It's like I got a fraction.
you got a fraction?
Yeah.
Let's see. So the whole thing, XYW, this whole thing is 17A. So if
We do
like,
17A plus 5 equals 3A plus 15. Yeah.
so
you
the,
get 10 out of 14, and then you have to set.
and then
Yeah,
WYZ is 3A plus 15. So that means from here to here,
So it's 10,
How is
10,
it equal?
14, so
How?
then you go to
they're, okay,
65.
are they equal? No.
No, but like
What do they have to add up to?
Oh, 180.
180, why? Because it's that
a
straight line. So we're gonna set 17A.
I'm actually a schmuck.
Oh, so you do 17A plus 5 plus 3A plus 15
Good.
equals 180?
Okay, now see if you can solve that. And I'll give you the practice quiz. And I'll give you your homework back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see if I have
That's
extra.
good.
Let me see if I have
Okay.
extra.
Oh, this is not.
No, it's not that long. It's just for that.
I mean, how many problems is
What's 140 divided by 20?
You mean
What's wrong with
160?
how many
Oh,
problems is
seven.
there?
Oh, 60. Sorry. Yeah. What is it?
That's about the same.
It's 8.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
that's little.
Thank you.
No, it's not that long. Okay, did you guys
Oh.
get?
Okay, okay.
Did you get the answer?
We're period
80.
F, right?
So we got 20A
No
plus.
calculators?
I haven't.
Imagine using a calculator.
Can you actually use a calculator for this? I never even learned how
What do you mean?
to use a calculator for that.
We're not, there's,
This year, we like we didn't use
some
it.
things, sometimes you will need a calculator
Will you
and
teach us how
sometimes,
to?
yeah.
Do we use it for the quiz tomorrow?
Not for the quiz.
We cannot.
What are the circle things?
The ones that you got wrong.
Here's-
Okay, so I
Well,
just
this case
circle,
Wait, in
Thank
this case, if I used to show your work, does that count as next time?
yes,
But-
that's why I
but-
gave you the credit for it.
I got
Wait,
10
does
out
that
of
count
10
as-
and
this case,
So-
this homework that I just turned
But she
in?
only took
So,
3
I only
problems.
check 5 problems. So here's Mia's, for example. I graded this one, this one, this one, and this one. I grade everybody's the same. You
So
just
the
don't
circled ones
know.
are which ones you grade?
You
Does it
just don't know
always-
which ones I'm gonna grade
That's beautiful.
But do you
and
pick the same ones to grade for everyone?
for everyone.
Okay, it's not like
It's not complete, I can't do that, that's too much work for me. So I grade the same 5 problems on each homework, and then, you
Does
automatically.
Owen Kasich know which problems you're choosing?
senior class.
No.
Oh, that'd be kind of weird.
Also, you said show your work.
Yeah.
Next time,